Welcome back to Split the Party. I'm your host, Steve Osmond.
And I'm cineNERD, and today we're talking about movies.
The other two hosts. I think you already know my esteemed colleagues, Rob and Spencer.
How do you do?
We're talking about the great movie trailers that we had come up recently. We got Star Wars, we've got the Batman vs. Superman, we've got the second trailer for Fantastic Four. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at them, give you a little bit of commentary, and then we'll wrap up afterwards. Why don't we go ahead and roll one of these trailers?
Yeah.
Play that beast. All right, so Lucasfilms, they recently...
Never heard of them.
they recently sold everything for the Star Wars film franchise except for their effects house and their sound guy to Disney.
Which is an interesting choice. So they kept the effects and of the technical end of what they're doing. They kept in-house, which I guess means that they're still in control of that. They can still work with other people without having to be beholden to Disney.
Yep.
But it's still, I thought it was.
You guys are getting way too far down this technical rabbit hole. Luke is talking. There's a broken Darth Vader helmet. Why are you not freaking out?
I like
it's good and it looks good.
Yep.
And then the robotic hand. Oh my God.
Yep.
But who is it?
That's Luke.
How is that not Luke?
We don't know.
Yeah,
no, he says he's talking. He says my father had it. He shows Vader. I have it.
Hypothetically speaking, there could be other people with prosthetic hands.
Right.
Who also had a father that was Darth Vader. Unless that dude was pimping
that's
around the galaxy,
editing.
we really are just looking at
that's
one person.
Not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you know, it leads
I love
to
that lightsaber, by the way. I don't even care.
a really good lead up. But
I don't
proof.
understand the reason for the laser cross.
I don't care. It's cool.
Crossbars.
It's science fiction.
I know it's science fiction.
I don't know.
I just don't see a purpose.
It really appears that it might get in the way. Like if you're doing some fancy ass move.
Yeah, I feel the last thing I need.
That sword
is a
will
part
cut through anything. If he's gonna cut his hand with the little cross guild, he shouldn't have a lightsaber in general.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
Fair.
True.
A fair point.
True.
If you don't know how to handle it, you shouldn't be playing with it.
I will say I was a little nervous about J.J. Abrams.
I got really excited. This is my favorite part of the trailer.
Yep.
When Han Solo and Chewie are there, Chewie, we're home. I know a lot of people, they've been talking about it online, but that's my favorite part right there because that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
We had 3 Star Wars movies come out in the middle. Now we're home.
We're back to the good.
You think? Well, I wish they would have aged Chewie a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just dust off a suit. But do you think that it has more of a phrase "Chewie, we're home" because the comic book is it Marvel? Marvel's with Disney, and their movies are tied into it now.
There's a lot of layers and meanings to them using that. I mean,
I do. I agree.
They're home. I'm sure in the movie the line actually has some sort of specific connotation that we're not getting. The trailer is telling all the fans, "Hey, we're home."
Yeah. And
we're back to where
indeed.
we're supposed to be starting. And like you said, now the comics are back with Marvel. Star Wars is back home.
Absolutely.
And that's what Han was saying there. I love it.
Absolutely. I will say at first I was a little nervous about J.J. Abrams, only because
That trailer knocked it out of the park, though.
it does. But he did a great job with the Star Trek films.
Yeah, he did.
And he made them look great. He made them look beautiful. And my concern is, are they going to both look like the same worlds? They're going to look like they're part of the same universe?
That's what I was worried about, but especially the trailer is showing it. Like, it looks like, that was my big problem with the original trilogy, or not the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy. Everything looked too clean, too polished, too pretty, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That trailer alone makes it look like, this looks like the original Star Wars trilogy 35 years later.
This looks,
Absolutely.
And that's, once again, they're coming home.
Absolutely.
But, so let's move on. So our next trailer is going to be Fantastic Four. Let's roll it.
And none of us are super excited about this one.
Not more. More than I was when they first announced it.
True.
I mean,
looks
at least
polished.
it doesn't look like
Really
an Interstellar
narrow
trailer again.
Very
So.
true. Very true. And like I said, it looks really polished.
I actually like their casting choices for this.
I'm afraid that they're too young.
Well, they're intentionally going. I think they're almost going for an ultimate Fantastic Four feel with this.
See, I really like.
And they are looking at a younger group here.
So they can keep them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that. I like it, and I think they did a really good job with who they're casting in all the different parts.
I like the guy, Miles Teller, being Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. Like, I think he looks really well. I'm still not sure how I feel about I think her name's Katie Mara as Invisible Woman.
She not hot enough for you?
No,
She's hot enough for me.
Nothing, like, at least for the trailer so far, nothing about her seemed like the Susan Storm that I'd be interested in from the comics kind of thing, you know? But you gotta see it before
the
you can
weak
judge.
woman Susan Storm or the strong woman Susan Storm?
Not
Because
even
she
the
looks
strong
like
woman.
she
She doesn't
plays.
look like she has a personality.
You know, neither did Kristen Stewart, but she got a big deal out of fucking Twilight.
I'm
Fair
assuming
enough.
they're probably going to be. This is going to be the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, and they're not going to be coming out with the Invisible Girl.
Yeah.
Because that was. I think they probably. It's
they show her with
conjecture
that force
for me.
field thing here in just a second, where it's like, okay, she's got some power. Some
True.
serious power.
And it's good, and it looks good.
My favorite part of it, I'm in love with the look of the thing.
This
Yeah.
thing. Oh,
This
man,
is really cool
gross.
when he's moving through
Yeah,
it.
it's like, oh.
But I love the look of the thing. How instead of being smooth, polished, all uniform rock, he is just a walking.
You can't fix this.
2 arms, 2 legs, rock pile. It's awesome. I really like the look of it.
This Ben Grimm, the Thing, is what we wanted to see in the first 2 trends.
See, I still like the
Fantastic
smoother
Four.
thing. I just really want him to have hands that work instead of like the old ones where it was like, it's like just because he's got giant rock hands doesn't mean he can't go like this.
That's true, and hopefully he does.
His
Hey, we just seen
fingers.
Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah.
And
Doom.
like you
Looks
said earlier when
interesting.
we watched it, he does not look like the angry blogger rumor that we
all
heard.
the angry blogger things, and maybe this guy also has a fairly substantial internet presence, but based on his costume alone, I'm going to say supervillain.
That, but he ordered it from eBay. We both know that.
Yeah. No, I'm still not really like doing cartwheels with
This
excitement
part.
for this movie.
I will give you props on this thing on this part. This part
Yeah,
just
look
looked
at
like
this. This is the Ben Grimm and the Thing that I wanted to see originally. This is why I've always been a big fan of the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's him.
I would have to say that this thing looks like he can handle that fall. The old one, no, he wouldn't have. So
And the old one was obviously a foam suit. It
Yeah.
didn't look like rock.
Right.
This looks like rock. I understand there have been advancements in technology to allow us to do that, but all I'm saying is I enjoy those advancements. They've done a really good job. That
Yes.
looks like that's a good
it'll
looking
be interesting
thing.
to see now, at least, at the very least. Whether it's good or bad, we don't know, but I'm willing to at least give it a shot now.
Yeah, I changed my
Absolutely.
mind to I will see that one in the theaters.
well, I don't think any of us said we weren't going to see that
no,
one.
I wasn't
But-
really.
I'm not gonna rain on his parade for
I
the
had
next 4
lower
months.
expectations than I wanted to have. I want the movie to be good, but I wasn't
don't
sure it was
really
going
have
to be.
expectations.
Now I've got some higher expectations. I think they're going to come out with a quality product. Here.
I'm still a little leery because it's still a trailer, and Josh Trank did Chronicle, and it was good, but
I love
it
Chronicle.
wasn't. Even he said it wasn't exactly what he wanted. I mean, the
Yep.
studio had a lot of fingers in it. The studio had a lot of fingers in this too.
Yeah, I know there were a
So-
lot of production errors
Oh,
with that movie.
oh,
and
horribly.
So that
It
does
was marred.
concern me. That concerns me. Like, what are we going to end up with as our final product out of something that had these production errors? But you know what? I'm still going to watch it. I got a feeling I'm still going to like it. Is it going to be up on par with the Star Wars movie?
Probably not.
Or with Batman and Superman, which is our next one?
Please, can we just move on
Probably
to
not.
this?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's-
we've
let's
been
roll
holding
it.
Spencer back. Let's watch the next trailer.
All right, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yes. A lot of mumbo jumbo up in the air with that whole leak thing going back and forth. If you can really call it a leak, I don't care. It was
It
an
was.
interesting 24 hours.
It was a Portuguese elite leak.
It was leaked, and the first time I saw it, I couldn't hear the actual voices. All I could read was in Portuguese, "Do you bleed? You will." Okay, well, obviously he's talking.
This part of the trailer I really like. Like, I mean, there's apparently a bunch of Easter eggs and everything like that. But there's one point, if you listen, you can hear Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor saying, "We used to think monsters came from below,
But they
they
came
come
from above.
It's like, oh, that gave me chills.
Yep.
Yep.
I also really like this.
Me too.
Personally,
Statue.
I don't.
Not the
hate-
statue.
I don't hate Superman. He's never been one of my absolute favorite, one of my favorite superheroes. But one
False
of the things that I
God.
really do love about Superman is that his.
Wait. Apparently, right here, if you look behind him, everyone thinks that glass case behind him is Robin's case, or either a dead Jason Todd, or possibly a dead Dick Grayson.
I don't know, but
Nice.
to hold Josh just a little bit longer, I hate to do it to you, but when we see Batfleck, I mean, when we see Batman
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
himself, he is thick.
Oh, that
he
part?
is big.
Yeah.
He is
Dude.
thick. He is grizzled.
Either this is a gigantic suit, or he put on some muscle.
He put on
because
some serious muscle.
he's
Like, oh my.
beefy
He
right
is.
here.
That is
He
the
is
Frank
scary.
Miller Batman.
Oh, hands down.
Hands down.
He
You're right.
did just sound like some 16-year-old girl.
I don't even care. If
Juicing
I
on
saw
this
that in an
guy,
alleyway,
but,
I'm immediately getting
Yeah.
on all fours and just going, please don't break me.
Yeah.
As Superman, you're gonna do that as Superman?
Yes, even a Superman.
I'm just gonna lay it down. I mean, Christian Bale is great as Batman.
I love him.
But compared what we see here in this suit to Bale's suit, Batfleck suit all the way.
That's the crazy thing
Yeah.
to think about, though, is Ben Affleck's only got about 2 inches on Christian Bale. They're not that much, like, in a height differential, But
don't
Ben
even need the
Affleck
height.
put the weight
It's
on,
the
and it's
beef
just,
to
and he
him.
doesn't have the armored suit. He's got an actual like superhero costume, and it shows through that he's just this monster.
He
One
is.
thing that's always been an important part of discussions about all of the Batman movies, all the different
The tape sounds, yeah.
How are they doing? Like, how do they do not only as Batman but also as Bruce Wayne?
Yes.
That's the interesting
And
side.
Christian Bale, I thought he did a great job. I might actually cause a bunch of people to get really upset with me, but I didn't think he did a really fantastic Bruce Wayne.
You know what? I don't
thought
think
he
so.
played a really good juvenile Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
The young up and coming Bruce
actual
Wayne.
playboy.
But as the billionaire playboy, I wasn't overly impressed with his take on it.
Agreed.
I feel that Ben Affleck is actually going to be able to pull off that part of it better. I like the look of Batman already.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that, from the one shot that we get of him as Bruce Wayne, I think he's got a better chance of pulling off the Bruce Wayne a little bit better. I think we might see a really good combo here because we haven't really gotten a good combo of both since the Michael Keaton days. That was the last time that Batman and Bruce Wayne were both quality.
The other thing I'm really interested for in terms of the story is because we don't know why. I mean, you have your suspicions and everything as to why Batman and Superman are possibly fighting, but there's that shot in the trailer where like the lightning strikes and you see Batman standing in some area that's covered in graffiti. Everyone thinks that is the area where Superman and Zod have their final battle.
Yeah.
That it's like a condemned area now, and that's why it's covered in all this graffiti. And it's like, so why is Batman Bruce? Why is he there?
Well, see, what I think is when they talk about the trailer, it's very ambiguous in the vocals and in their script because they're like, who is he? I mean, they mentioned, he's an alien, but did he come to save us? Their conversation, without being specific, is so ambiguous that it could be talking about Batman. Someone's got to check these people. Yeah. And, Batman has been running around for a while, and then you end with Superman right there, who said, we all know how The Dark Knight Returns ends up.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Yeah, you've seen the end, and I think they're doing a really good job with how they're releasing things. And while this was an early release, it was not a months or weeks early release. It was a matter of days.
Right.
So we are getting a product that they had intended. This was already intended for public consumption, and they're doing a really good job with what they're releasing right now.
Like you mentioned with
because
Jesse
they're keeping
Eisenberg.
they're giving you information, but they're not giving away the farm. They're not going to give you a whole lot of story. They give you things that make you want more. That trailer makes me look forward to the next trailer.
Exactly, because they show Ben Affleck for the first time. You can hear Jesse Eisenberg for the first time, and as soon as you see Ben Affleck's character, that is Michael Irons talking. That is our new Alfred.
Yeah.
And he sounds incredible.
He does.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
There was the first time I'd seen the trailer, excuse me, I was a little leery because we see the statue, and the earlier Batman films ruined it for me because it was all statues, all neon lights. And I'm like, that can't be Gotham. I mean, they wanted to go away from that. And so being pleasantly surprised with that alone, the false god, I know we're talking about the actors right now, but what they put in, hands to it. It's
one of my favorite things about Superman has always been whenever he gets in his own way, whenever either his morals or his unbelievable plethora of superpowers and abilities, whenever he actually causes problems for himself, or the position that he's put himself in society causes problems for him. And that's what we're seeing right there. That's what I think. We're seeing that false god. Yeah. That's people lashing back against the fact that he's being treated like a false god. That to me is an interesting Superman story. And I think we're going to get a good Superman out of this. It already looks like we're going to get a good Batman out of this. We've got some great movies coming up. I'm sure there's going to be more trailers coming down the road. But that's all we've got for today. So I'd like to thank our sponsors, Duo Bus Design, Sound G Entertainment, and Excelsior Games and Comics. Also, don't forget to buy your tickets to come and watch Age of Ultron, come and watch Avengers 2, Age of Ultron with us on May 2nd. And I'll see you in the Nerdverse.